Excel for entrepreneurs. If you are someone who do not understand all the high-end formulae that are being used, and if you're looking at some basic video that will help you get started, this is a video for you. Hi, this is James Vineet, author, coach, TEDx speaker. I love working with entrepreneurs. I love sharing knowledge that would be useful for entrepreneurs to put their business on autopilot mode. Well, I would always say Excel is for people who want to excel in their business. Excel is like the best friend for entrepreneurs. Anything that you want me to type, right? This is how I think entrepreneurs would do. Any great things that you want to type, just start with an Excel sheet. Even if you want to make a good proposal or a table or column in a Word document, but I would say start with an Excel sheet because you can always use it like a template. For example, let's say we want to type something like area column, or in other words, maybe you want to do the stock report, right? Product, physical stock, software stock difference. Okay, so now we have shirts, we have vessels, and we have chocolates. Okay, so physical stock, actually in the store we have 800 units, we have 500 units, we have 300 units, but the software says we have 840 units, we have 503 units, and we have 301 units. Now the differences need to be found, right? Now this is where you can use the simple formula. Okay, how to use that? Give an equal to symbol. This equals 840 minus 800, right? So I'm just going to place the cursor on this one. This is basically C2. How the C2 comes is it's in this C row and C column and 2 row. So that's why it's called C2. So you can either type C2 or the other alternative is just after giving the equal to, just hover over that particular cell and just click on that. Minus, so this is minus, the plus stands for plus, this asterisk stands for multiplication, this bar stands for division. You're good to go. Okay, so equals 840 minus, basically I'll have to use the left, right, top, down arrows so that I can move using the keyboard also, or I can even hover over this particular cell using the mouse and I can just click on that. And now I have to just give enter. Done. So difference is 40. Now here also I want to give the same formula. So I have two options. Option one is I can place my cursor on this particular column, which is basically D2. I can give copy and then I can place here and I can give paste. The formula also gets copied and pasted. Okay, so this is one option. The other option is just click on that particular cell, go to the right hand corner, right? Just click and drag that, and the same formula is being copied. And you can see the blue and the red colors being highlighted. C2 minus B2. Now if I click here, it says C3 minus B3. And if I want the same formula to come here, I can either copy and paste or I can just drag it. So this is how simply you can use all these formula. Now even if you're creating some kind of a proposal or a plan, right? Let's just say product A, product B, and we are trying to make the differences. Okay, size, okay, 10 inches, 21 feet, okay, weight, or maybe built quality. Okay, so basically you're going to type a lot of things like this. Okay, and now I'm just going to try the stripes, something over here. Okay, you just use this particular column to give the borders. So we select all borders, and if you want to give them as bold, just give Control B. So what I do is, normally I always love working with the Excel and then exporting this to the Word document. Now this is a Word document. Any table or column that is needed on a Word document, I always prefer working with Excel. Then I can bring it on like this. Okay, because we create Excel templates so that you can actually copy paste in any of the documents. So any proposal or model, whatever it is, okay, try to, unless and until it's a blog article or a website content, I don't use Word. Okay, I use Word maybe when I'm writing a book. In other words, when I'm typing a book, I use that. Otherwise, whenever I'm trying to create a business proposal or anything of that sort, I always love to work with Excel. Now let's just talk about few other formula. Okay, we'll just say data 1, data 2. Okay, so data 1 is say 101, 102, and data 2, let's say 45. Now I want to multiply 102 by 45. Okay, multiply. Okay, so how do I do that? Basically, I give an equal to symbol, then I have to give an equal to, then I have to select the data, then I have to give asterisk, and then I have to again select the data. Okay, so let's do this. I just typed and showed what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to give here equals. So in that column, what answer do I want? I want this equals 102 multiply 45, give an enter, job done. Okay, now let's divide. Okay, equal to 102 by 45, enter. Okay, or you want to do 45 by 102, enter. Okay, so right now I'm just going to do 102 by 45, and if you want to adjust the digits that are after the point, you can actually try to use this particular column. So it'll basically, you can stick to 2 or 1 or even round it up. Okay, I prefer last 2 digit after the dot. So add is very simple now. Just give an equal to 102 plus 45. Okay, minus is equal to 102. I give a minus there, then 45, enter. Or in other words, I can just go to 45 minus 102 equals minus 57. Is this cool? So this is how we play with data. Okay, now let's just say use this column itself. Okay, multiply. So I have to just do 800 into 840, then all that I have to do is just drag it. Okay, so let's just call it as A. Let's just call it as B. Okay, selling price, we'll just make it a selling price now. Selling price, units sold. Okay, so in other words, basically it's data 1 and data 2. Okay, so multiply means A cross B. So the answer is done. Now let's just divide A bar B. Yeah, so just A slash and B. There also is another shortcut. You don't have to drag it, The other shortcut is go to the corner and give a double click. So even if you do a double click, it'll just go till the last number. And I just wanted to round it off to last 2 digits. Yeah, it's done. Okay. I want to add A plus B. So I'll give an equal to, I'll go to A plus, yeah. Nice. I hope and believe you all enjoyed to start working with the basics of Excel. Now there are a few other advanced things that you can do, like you want to highlight certain columns, highlight certain numbers. This is how you can do. It's called conditional formatting when it comes to Google Sheets. Pretty much the same should be here in Excel also, but slight difference would be there in working with Google Sheets and Excel. But in this video I'll just talk more about Excel, right? So I'll just go to conditional formatting and highlight cell rules. So I'm just going to go to highlight cell rules greater than. Okay, so anything that is greater than 500, I would probably want to highlight red filled with dark red. Okay, so these are the options that are available. So I'm just going to select this option, click OK. So automatically it has highlighted all the cells. Again, I can even just duplicate this data and make it so big, okay, so that you know how this whole thing works. Okay, I'll again go to conditional formatting. Less than, we'll go to less than. Anything that's less than, let's say 400. Anything that's less than 400, yellow with dark yellow. Okay, maybe we'll do that. Okay, now as you can see, anything that's above 500 is in it's all in red. Anything that's below 300 is all in yellow color. So maybe if you have a sales report, anybody achieved 80% of the sales, below 80% should be like in red zone, or anybody achieved above 80% sales target can be in green zone. You can use all these colors to differentiate data as well. So I just want you to get comfortable with Excel sheet, because business dashboards, playing with data, all of that matters for entrepreneurs. And I just want to give you one last tool / trick, whatever you call it. Let's just call this as main data. Okay, main data is here. So we just go to the total, and I just want to do a total for this also, right? So how do you do the total? Just drag it to the last and go to this particular column and go click on sum. So you got the total. Okay, and when you double click on the total, you can see that it is selected from B2 to B13. Now I just want to bring the same formula here. The simple thing that I would do is just copy and paste, copy and paste. Okay, so I can have all the data down. Now I'm just going to create another sheet, sheet 2. So how to bring the same data from that sheet to this sheet? I'll just show you. You can still, this equal to symbol, no, it does a lot of magic. Okay, so we have total selling price, total units sold. Just those two things if I want to take, I'll just say total selling price, total units sold. Okay, so I give an equal to, just go to the previous sheet, I click on this particular column and I give an enter. You see, and when I click on that, it says it's picking data from main data, the sheet called main data, and B14 is what it is picking. So I'm just going to give equal to and going to select 6580. Yeah, done. So if you just want the dashboard for your business, maybe you have sales department data in sheet 1, finance department data in sheet 2, and maybe production data in sheet 3. You just want to see all the basic summary report. Sheet 4 can be your dashboard where you're trying to use the equal to thing and only the total is visible for you. So you can create business dashboards like that. Now you can actually do a right click and insert a row. Okay, you can do that. When you insert this formula automatically gets adjusted. Okay, so nothing happens to this particular sheet. So you can just click on right click and insert. There are a lot of keyboard shortcuts. It varies from Windows to Mac and all that stuff, but you can use all the keyboard shortcuts like this to add data also. I'm just going to add some dummy data now. So when I've added the data, you can see there's a small green mark, which means there could be a slight problem in the formula. Okay, this green column means there could be a little bit of an error in the formula. So I just have to double click on this. As you can see that the blue outline is here. No, the last few rows are not calculated. So I want till B19. So I can just go here and just type 19. So up to B19. So B2 to B19 I've selected. Click and enter, copy and paste. Okay. So this is the revised total now. When I go to my sheet, as you can see, still the total is the same because that particular cell is not disturbed, right? I've just moved that cell down, but that cell is not disturbed. So it is still reading data from that particular cell. That cell was something else. Now that cell is B20 and C20, but we are still able to catch data and pull it from there to this particular sheet. I think these are very basics, and with the right kind of basics being used in Excel, right? You start falling in love with data. And again, when you add more and more data, sometimes it's a little difficult for you to read, right? You can just do all these things where you can actually just go to view and you can freeze the pane. So you can actually click here. So you select in this particular column and click on freeze pane. So what we'll do is the rows and the columns which is above and beside this particular cell will be frozen. Okay, as you can see, when I go up, that top row is not getting disturbed. Even when I move this side, the left row doesn't get disturbed. So how I did that, I just selected this particular, I kept the cursor on this particular cell. I clicked on this and I selected freeze panes. Now I'm going to click on unfreeze. Now it's not frozen. Okay, so if you want till the unit sold, if you want, I'm just going to click on this particular cell. I'm going to click freeze panes. So what happens now, till that row it is all selected. Okay, so I normally prefer this one. Yeah, so now it's frozen. Quite easy to play with data. When you have a lot of reports, it's quite easy for you to read those reports. And you can also use all these columns called filters and all that stuff. So you can basically select all the above columns and use this thing called filter. Okay, once you enable the filters, when I click on this drop down button, you can see all these checkbox I have. So I'm going to unselect all. I'm just going to select chocolates. I can just see only the chocolate reports. Maybe you have all your employee data, all the product data, market data. You want to just filter some of them and have a look at them. This option is very useful for you. Okay, now you want to add shirt, that comes in. The total is actually not a category, but again, whatever is there in this particular column, it reads them. Okay, great. So end of the day, but without fail, after doing that, you should not leave the data like this. Okay, after using all the filters, always ensure you have checked everything, and then you save and close the sheet, because sometimes you'll forget, you fail to look at some data, because otherwise it becomes very confusing which filter is on, which filter is off. You cannot keep checking all that, right? So just that's something that you need to be careful of when you're using the filters, right? Hope and believe you enjoyed this particular video. It's James Vineeth signing off. I wish you skyrocketing growth in your business. Take care. Bye bye.